Better Together podcast.
Welcome to the Better Together podcast from the Fuquay Arena Chamber of Commerce. We are recording today from the Dashmore Conference Room and Studio, sponsored by Rescued Wood Rehab. The Better Together podcast highlights local businesses each week as the Fuquay Arena Chamber of Commerce continues to promote an amazing business community. I'm Brad Marshall from Greater Culture CrossFit, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Marty Woodward from Rescued Wood Rehab. Marty, how are you?
Brad, I'm doing fantastic today. We're honored, really, to have this great guest.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and you know, we're future treats. I'm just saying. We're joined today by Charlene Mack from Granny Sweets.
Yes.
And Granny Sweets, you got to tell us, Charlene, about Granny Sweets, because I can't describe it like you can describe it.
Okay, well, first of all, let me tell you where the name Granny Sweets came from, because I get that a lot when people come to my truck. You don't look like a grandma. What was it named? Granny Sweets. So when the woman that my aunt taught me how to bake when I was a kid. So I suffered from asthma when I was really young. So when I was with her in the kitchen and we went to the store one day, so she was like, "Come on here, you walking just like a granny." So the name just kind of stuck. That's why, and in homage to her, I named my business Granny Sweets.
That's fantastic. I love that story. So, you know, you started the business, you started the baking, and you've got the truck now, right?
Yes.
And so, tell us what really inspired you to get that going.
Well, first of all, like I said, as a kid, I was in the kitchen with my aunt baking. And then later on in life, I was going through kind of a downside to life. So my peace was in the kitchen baking. I just had that was my happy place, in the kitchen baking. So I baked so much, and of course I couldn't eat it all. So I started giving it to my neighbors. And it was like, this is really good. You need to start. Why aren't you selling it? So that kind of was like, after they kept saying it, I got in touch with Marge, who runs the farmers market. So I got in touch with her and came in as a guest one Saturday at the farmers market, and everybody started loving the cake. So then she put me on as, kind of like a permanent person coming for the farmers market. And as we started getting more and more, larger and larger, I said, you know what, because it's hot in the summertime, and I said, cakes melt. So I was like, I need something that I can keep the cakes cool and things like that. So that's when I kind of ventured into the dessert truck.
That's fantastic. So in going through that process, what sort of challenges did you face as you went through this?
I think really the challenge was, for me, like self-doubt, kind of taking something that was just kind of like personal and kind of a passion to me and turn it into a business. So I had to learn, like how to keep the books, what kind of licenses you need. And there's find places to sell too. So those were like kind of like a few challenges. And plus, at the time, I had a full-time corporate job. So trying to find time to invest in the business as well as do my job, that was kind of a challenge as well.
So you jumped off the corporate ship then eventually?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good job. So what are some unique things about Granny Sweets?
Well, what's unique is I feel like what makes our people coming back for our desserts is, first of all, we make everything from scratch. And then we try to make everything super moist and, have consistency, because I don't want people coming one day and, it tastes this way, and then coming the next day and it tastes different. Try to make consistency across the board. So, and then the experience too. I tell people, you guys help me as much. Coming to my truck is helping me more, just as well as it's helping you, because I love people. I love people, and just everybody. I call everybody my family. So I try to give them that experience. They're just not a customer spending $1 with me. Try to give them a good feel when they come to my truck.
Yeah. And I know you mentioned cakes is a big seller for you, something that a lot of people love, and I know I've tried them as well. What are some of the other sweets that you typically offer on your truck if someone were to come and find you?
Well, I make, like you said, the cake slices, and then we make puddings, the banana pudding. Then we make peach cobbler. We might have bread pudding one day. And then we also have pies. We make sweet potato pies. We make pumpkin pies, pecan pie, those type of things. So we're not then going to cookies yet, but kind of want us to stay with those 3 items.
Yeah, and what would you say are some of your top sellers? What are the most popular items that are always flying off the truck?
Well, like I said, the banana pudding cake, the banana pudding itself is good. The red velvet cake, and I make a good thing, butter pecan cake. So it tastes just like the butter pecan ice cream, just like it. And also my sweet potato pies. Yeah. Those help.
And I know you've been around at a lot of events here and helping to not only grow your business, but support other people as well. And so when you're looking for places to go and support, how do you identify like the locations and where you're going to set up your shop and where people might be able to find you?
I think social media was a big thing for me as far as Facebook, like word of mouth. You can advertise, spend money and advertise, but I feel like word of mouth is what grew my business. Because I get one person, I make something for one person, and then they tell 5 others, and then it's like it just goes on and on. So I feel like my business grew through word of mouth.
Yeah, I think that's always a fantastic way to do that. And we know how much you love supporting the community. So are there any either upcoming events or community involvements or initiatives or things like that you're really excited to get out and partner with and get out into the community for?
Well, one thing, I don't know if we spoke about challenges, but a challenge is I'm trying to really find a stationary place for Granny Sweets. Whether that is parking my truck somewhere a couple of days, to stationary, or partner with a business to kind of have my cakes inside of their location, because I get a lot of people call me daily actually. When are you going to be back outside? When are you going to be outside? And it's because the challenge of trying to find somewhere to be stationary. I don't want them to be coming one place 1 minute and the next. I want to find at least maybe 2 days a week, kind of have somewhere stationary that they know they can find me.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense, especially when you think about people who get a chance to taste the delicious food, and then it's like, well, I want that consistently. I don't want that once in a while. So partnering with different businesses in the community, finding those opportunities to more consistently provide some of your product. That's fantastic.
So, Charlene, what lessons have you learned as you kind of grown this business?
The biggest lesson, which I'm still dealing with it, but the biggest lesson is small wins is important. Because it's like we can I kind of can get in the thing of, I'm not doing enough, I'm not big enough, I'm not, that type of thing. But it's like, okay, consistency, like I said, slow wins and it equals a big wins. And always celebrate your little wins, because it's like, just pat yourself on the back every now and then. Pat yourself on the back every now and again, because it's difficult out here, and it's like, and sometimes I get into the thing, you have other people make cakes and everything, but stay in your lane, no matter, because I always say, you got McDonald's, you have Burger King, you have all these different burger, places where you can get burger, but they have their own special things about them. So I always have to remember that and, trust that.
That's some great advice that you just kind of threw out there, to other entrepreneurs, someone who's trying to get started in a business. Is there anything else that you would share with someone who's, hey, I think I might want to start a business? Anything you would share and how your journey went?
So I think also trying to find a mentor as well is what kind of happened, what helped me. Because like I said, I didn't know anything about the food truck, industry or anything. And I was kind of hitting my, head against the wall. Like I didn't know the ins and outs. So connecting with other people that's in my industry kind of helped me navigate as well, navigate it as well.
And you mentioned some of your future goals. Are you finding some of those locations? Are there any additional goals that you've gotten for Granny Sweets as you move forward?
Well, right now, my what I'm getting into is Granny Sweets is getting into shipping because we get a lot of requests, especially being on social media. Oh, I wish I could taste this. I wish I could say it looks so good. So why not? Why not get into shipping? So now I'm about to, as of February the 2nd, about to roll out a line of cake jars. So I will be mailing those nationwide to people so they can taste my cake.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I love that, especially for people who maybe have events coming up. You've got a birthday, you've got a celebration, you want to create a cake, and that can be a perfect fit for that.
And also, you know what? Because in the beginning I used to sell cake jars, but I kind of got away from it. And what was good because during COVID, a lot of people, because of COVID, a lot of people just didn't want to have a cake because people over the cake and everything. So really, they ordered a lot of cake jars so you can have individual portions of cake so you can give to people. So that was better than having a cake and have to slice it and that type of thing with the risk of getting COVID.
Yeah, and so for someone like me who doesn't do a lot of baking, but if I were to order a cake jar, what does that entail? Like all the instructions and how to make it myself, or is it already ready to go? It's already made.
It's basically like I'm giving you a slice of cake, but it's in a jar.
Oh, that's fantastic. Even
So
better.
it's
If I don't
not
have to
like
do it myself.
Big jar.
Yeah, I want the biggest jar.
We want the big jar.
What's the extra large jar for
We
me?
need the extra large.
So it's basically like, and then 2 cake jars last a little longer than a cake slice because it is in a jar.
Okay.
And you can eat some, put it in the refrigerator, take it out, eat some more instead of with a cake slice. You just have to eat it all or, throw it away.
Yeah.
So that's one of the plus 2 cake jars.
That's fantastic. It makes me think of a mug, a cake in a mug type of thing where you put all the ingredients in the microwave, but it lasts and it's delicious and amazing and a great way to share some of that, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So curious, you've obviously gotten to know the local community here, gotten to know other folks. When you start to think about other businesses in Fuquay, some of your favorite spots that you enjoy checking out, what are some of your favorite spots to visit and frequent here in Fuquay?
Well, I don't know the name of it, but the new entertainment center they built on 55.
Oh, McWally's?
Yes. I haven't been yet, but I want to go there. And I visit. It's a cakery up here that makes cakes and dog treats and things like that. Have there in there. I like going there. It's just so pretty in there.
Yeah.
Is that Gracie and Company?
Yes,
Gracie and Company. Yeah.
Yes, in there. And I don't, because work, I don't get out a lot, but I was just, having a conversation. I need to start getting out more.
There really are so many fantastic places. McWally's, great entertainment center with a lot of fun things and food and whatnot. And then, a lot of unique local businesses, like you said, that create dog treats and create great ambiance, places to visit, which is amazing as well. When you start to think about some of the best business advice you've received, is there anything that comes to mind for you as like hey, this really helped turn the direction or point me in the path of now I know where I want to go and how I might be able to get there?
Like I said, consistency is very important. It's just consistency. Like I said, just kind of taking one step at a time. Basically walk, not run. Just take one step at a time because you can, when you try to do things in rush, you kind of could miss something. As far as like, just make sure you keep your numbers, keep your inventory. Just like I said, just kind of pat yourself when you have those small wins. Just make sure you celebrate yourself.
And I imagine, especially anything food related, consistency is such a big factor. With every time they come back, they want to get that same experience and have that same quality behind the food and the taste and the flavor and the service. And so all those things certainly play a huge factor.
And one thing, for me, is customer service is very important to me. That's even when I try, to get help to be on my truck, and I'm not at the window. I make sure I kind of get someone that kind of have the same feel that I have for the customers. Make sure you serve the customers because at the end of the day, they are making the business. So make sure they're taken care of properly.
Yeah, and I think food too is such a shared experience where it's like you're kind of in it together. Where I'm making this and making you happy, like that idea of really putting the customer first and giving them a great experience really lends to that referral side of the house that you mentioned. And so when you think about your business and how it's continued to grow and things like that, is there anything that you'd say is a surprising fact or maybe something somebody doesn't know or maybe wasn't aware of as it relates to your business?
Well, it's kind of funny. I get people that come to my truck, even though I make cake slices, they be like, "Do you make custom cakes?" Like, and I'm like, "Of course I make custom cakes." They're like, "Oh, So basically, I make just to let the audience know. I do make custom birthday cakes. I do wedding cakes. I do corporate events. I'm not just a dessert truck riding around. I am full service. So just to let you know.
That's fantastic, especially with so many great events that people can support. Yeah. And who doesn't love cake at the office? I mean,
you can stop by anytime.
That's something I want to do too. I want to kind of go around to the schools and different business and everything, introduce myself and let them know that I can, say they have employee appreciation or some type of customer event or something. I can supply baked goods for that. Yeah.
So, Charlene, where can our listeners find Granny Sweets? Out there on social media, website? What would be the best way to reach out?
I'm on Facebook under Granny Sweets Homemade, and I'm on Instagram under Granny Sweets 1, and I also have a website, www.grannysweets.com.
Granny Sweets, and it's delicious.
It's fantastic. It's quite delicious.
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
So, Charlene, what's the best part of being a part of the Chamber of Commerce? I know you've had a ribbon cutting and all that kind of stuff, and you've been here before. What's the best part of being a part?
The best part of being a part of the chamber is Christy, of course.
Shout out to Christy.
When I do call her, she has the answers, and if she don't have the answers, she'll say, "Oh, let me call you back," or I'll email you back. So she's very, very helpful, as well as Dustin. He's very helpful as well. So I just think they care about their members, and they're willing to get the answers for you.
That's great. That you are utilizing the resources of the chamber for your business. And Charlene, I want to thank you for being on our podcast today and utilizing that resource to continue to grow your business. So thank you to Charlene Mack from Granny Sweets. And we look forward to tasting some cakes here pretty soon.
Yeah, cannot wait for the next opportunity there. And thank you also to all of the listeners out there. Join us each week on the Better Together podcast from the Fuquay-Varina Chamber of Commerce as we highlight a great local business from the Dashmore Conference Room and Studio, sponsored by Rescued Wood Rehab. I am Brad.
And I am Marty.
And we are Better Together.
We're better together. It's a weekly podcast. We're better together. You should know that there's more in the dash. We're better together. Fuquay-Varina Chamber of Commerce. We're better together podcast.